Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1983. Today, we're going to talk about Manic Miner. The story of Manic Miner takes us to Matthew Smith. Matthew Smith began programming in 1979 after receiving a TRS-80. His first commercial game was named Delta Tau 1, a clone of Galaxian for the TRS-80 that was released in 1980. Smith then received a ZX Spectrum on loan from Bug Byte Software as part of a contract to create 3 games. Bug Byte Software is a British video game publisher that was founded in 1980 by Oxford chemistry graduates Tony Baden and Tony Milner. The first of these games was Styx. Styx is a maze shooter game inspired by Wizard of War. The second game Smith would create would be Manic Miner. Manic Miner was inspired by Miner 2049er. We talked about and played Miner 2049er in its own video. Programmed in just 8 weeks, Manic Miner is a platform game. The player plays as Miner Willie, who must collect all the flashing objects and escape before Willie runs out of oxygen. Willie must also avoid the enemies and avoid falling from too high. Each time Willie escapes, he will travel to the next cavern. There are 20 caverns in total. If Willie is able to make it through all 20 caverns, the game will restart at the first cavern. Manic Miner is the first ZX Spectrum game with background music, something that was once thought impossible. The title music is an arrangement of the Blue Danube. The in-game music is an arrangement of In the Hall of the Mountain King, which is Edvard Grieg's music from Henrik Ibsen's play Peer Gynt. Bug Byte Software released Manic Miner for the ZX Spectrum in 1983. That is the short backstory of Manic Miner. With that now told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Manic Miner starring Miner Willie. You just heard the Blue Danube as it could be played on the ZX Spectrum. As you saw at the bottom there, copyright Bug Byte 1983 by Matthew Smith. And then they give you a little bit of controls going on. There's not a lot of controls. Basically left, right, jump, pause, and turn off the music. And here we can hear In the Hall of Mountain King. They're going to show us all of the levels, so we're going to let them show us all of the levels, because I will not be able to make it through these. I have tried, and I can't quite get the spacing right. I'm getting better, but we'll see what I can do. That's level 3. Then we get to level 4. You just have to basically collect all the keys, try not to fall too far. Then we have Eugene's lair. There's Eugene coming down. We're going to start seeing some video game references here. There we go. We got some Pac-Men. I guess Pac-Men would be the proper term in the processing plant. We get some Kangaroos, also a reference to a fairly popular arcade game named Kangaroo, which we haven't talked about. Miner Willie meets the Kong Beast. This is Donkey Kong as a reference. Wacky Amoebatrons. Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on here. The Endorian Forest. Reference to Return of the Jedi there. Attack of the Mutant Telephones. Just telephones coming at you. As far as I know, that's not a reference to anything. Return of the Alien Kong Beast. So we get a second Donkey Kong level. The Mutant Telephones. Like, not a reference that I can think of in 1983, at least. An ore refinery going for us. A Skylab landing bay. Once again, not a reference that I'm familiar with in 1983. 1984 is a different story, but 1983, not sure. The bank. Just gotta avoid the bank. The 16th cavern. Not particularly creative with the name there. The warehouse. A lot of these look almost impossible for me. Probably are impossible for me, actually. Then we get Amoebatron's Revenge. We get the solar power generator. That looks very bad. And the final barrier. I believe that is the name for number 20 here. Yeah, because we're circling back to the first one. That's Central Cavern. I recognize that one. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We will not go through that again. Okay. Is the music not going to go? Apparently I turned off the music. Did I? There we go. We'll leave the music on. It's part of the experience. All right. Pretty much anything that is not flashing will kill you if you touch it. No! Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to actually jump there. All right. There we go. Off to a bad start. We'll wait for you to go through, then jump over there. Yeah, you have to time your jumps just right in order to get through. Okay, so we made it through there, up here, and we got our first key and our first points. Let's go this way. Nope, got too close to the plant. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go through here and up, and we will turn that music off. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, now we made it there. Now this one is a little weird, and I haven't quite figured out the time. What? He just kept going. He just kept going. No. Okay, we're back in. And we're going to try this again. We're going to try this at least a couple times. I should be able to beat level 1. But if I can't get the spacing and the timings just right, this game is very unforgiving. Okay. Now you can jump over him. Oh, it's a conveyor belt. That's why. Okay. Nope. This way a little bit. Then we'll get up and get that. This one you have to space. So you're... Oh, I thought I got it. You have to space it so that you're getting it on the downward swing. But I was a little off on that. Okay, we're good there. Let's go this way. Onto the conveyor belt. We can pause for a little bit there. There we go. Just made it over you. Gives me a little bit more space there. Okay. Willie's doing fine on air. Got that one. Ooh, that was a little close. Okay. Now that I have all the keys, the way out is unlocked. It is flashing at the bottom right, so I need to get to the bottom right. No! Oh, just timed it just wrong. Like I said, very unforgiving game. You got to get those jumps just right, and it requires a lot of practice to get that. Okay, we'll wait for you to go. Jump over you. Okay, we're getting better at the jumping over the enemy. At least, that's something. Got that one. Alright, let's try this. Nope! Nope! Needed more room! Needed more room! We're gonna clear the first level, at least. But this is why I showed off all the other levels. Like I said, it's very unforgiving. You have to get it just right on every jump. Alright, conveyor belt. I'll let you go. Get a little bit of space here. Ironically, the jumps over the enemies are proven to be easier than the jumps over the plants. Okay. There. No, I'm too early. Too early. And I knew it, and there's nothing I can do once I'm in the air. Alright, to there. And there are people I know that can go through this entire game without losing a life. I am not one of them. Alright, we'll go there. Like I said, they're a little bit more forgiving if he's like running towards me. Alright, we'll grab that. Nope. Too close to the icicle. Let's go with icicle. could be a stalactite. It would be a stalactite since it's on the ceiling. That's the way I remember it. C for ceiling. All right, we'll go here and then there. Try to jump over you. All right, there and... Okay, we're good there. Okay, we made it through that. I want to go a little bit this way. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go to the left here, because I've made that jump several times with no problem. Okay. Now I should be able to go underneath all of this without an issue and make it out, and we can finally make it through. There we go! We made it to the second level. That's something. Okay, can I make it back up here? Yes, just barely. No! And I died, I fell too far. And that's the game over. Oh, this game is so difficult. I made it through the first level. Let's see if I can do it again. But this might be my last run. This might be all that I can do. 1983 is kicking my ass in video games, and this is no exception. Everything is just so precise in a way that I'm personally not used to, especially in platform games like this. Nope, 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 way off. Like, I saw it immediately, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, all the way here, here, here. We'll wait for you. I'm not sure what this guy's supposed to be. All right, we'll just do this one this way. And then jump here. Like, you gotta be so early. No, that's too early. Oh. Now I'm messing up on spots that, well, I have done before, right? There we go. We can turn the music back on, I guess. Give you something. Nope. No, I still made it. Like I said, they're very forgiving about that one. And then, like, here. Yeah, so early. Okay. Way out is open. We're gonna need to go this way. Okay. I'm just gonna wait. I'm not risking this. That was really close as well. Let's not risk, like, doing another jump if I don't have to. We will just make it out this way. It's probably gonna cost me a bit in the score, but I'm okay with that. Alright, I think my score is a little bit better this time, but I'm down to my last life, so how good can it be? Okay, to here, to there. We'll try to do this the way that I did it before. To there. Should be able to get that. Okay. Alright, can I just drop down from here? I can! Sweet! And we made it through level 2. I'm glad I did this one last run. Can I not make it up? What is going on? No! I should have been able to make that jump! No, please stop. Please stop. No, I can't. All right, so that's as good as I think I'm going to be able to do, so we're going to call it there. That is the game played, so with the game now played, let's talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, if I'm being honest, the game's not a lot of fun. There's a little bit of fun that I had playing it, but ultimately the precision that is needed and the unforgiving nature of the game kind of make it less and less fun as I keep playing it. I personally think that we have played better platform games to this point, even though there was a lot of precision that was needed in those as well. The amount of precision that is needed, even for the first level, some of the basic jumps that I feel like I should be able to do fairly easily, I was nervous to do because I wasn't sure which pixel I needed to be on in order to make that jump happen. He kind of takes a step and then he jumps and he kind of kicks throughout the air and then he lands on the other side. And if he touches anything while he's doing that, he is doomed. Overall, I would kind of say the game's not that fun. There's a little bit of enjoyment to be had with it, but I think there are better games not only in the future, but games that we have already played that I would prefer over this game. In terms of the graphics, I would say that the graphics held up pretty well. You can actually start to identify what things are for a fairly basic computer from 1983, at least the game from 1983. The graphics are good for what they are. You can identify what things are supposed to be, and you can identify that you are not supposed to touch them or they will kill you. In terms of the sound, while a technical achievement of the time, I found the sound to be quite grating and annoying, to the point that I turned it off and tried to avoid it at all costs. Granted, I listened to it a little bit more than you guys did because I kept on testing things, making sure that it was working. So by the time that I started recording, I wasn't in the best mood about those sounds and music tracks. But I felt that they became grating fairly quickly. And that has a lot to do with the limitations of the system. The ZX Spectrum could not really make a lot of sounds. So the fact that any sounds were made and music was made is a technological achievement, but I don't think it lasted the test of time. And I think that was one of the points of the game that did not last, it aged the worst, I should say. It didn't do well overall. The gameplay, I think, is a good concept. I think you can start to see the evolution of the platform genre, especially from its inspiration in Miner 2049er, where Miner 2049er, you had to just cover all the platforms. In Manic Miner, you had to collect the items and then get out. And I think that is a better concept. I just feel that the execution and the precision needed to make that happen were on the difficult side. In terms of replayability, I personally do not want to go back to this game. I know that several people will want to go back to it. They will want to spend the time and the investment to get better at the game, try to figure out all the strategies for all the different levels, try to figure out the positioning of where every jump needs to be made, but that is not where my mind goes. So overall, I would say it's not replayable for me, but it is going to be for some. In terms of recommendation, I would honestly skip this game unless you are a fan of the Spectrum itself. You're particularly looking at older British video games, or if you are looking at specifically the history of platform games, maybe this will appeal to you if you're in one of those camps, but otherwise, I think this is a game that can safely be avoided. And that's my modern take on the game. When the game was released, Manic Miner would prove to be popular. Manic Miner became the third best-selling game for the ZX Spectrum. Inspired by this success, the game would be ported to several other computer platforms, which would also be successful. Manic Miner would become the best-selling Commodore 64 game of 1984 in the UK. The critics were also very positive about Manic Miner. In particular, the gameplay and the music were seen as highlights of the game. As time has gone on, Manic Miner's reputation has remained positive. The game is often cited among the best video games of all time. The game would be popular enough to spawn ports, sequels, and re-releases. We will keep an eye on some of these as we continue. While Bug-Byte Software would achieve success thanks to Manic Miner, Bug-Byte was unable to continue their success. Several of their key staff would leave the company to form other companies. As for Matthew Smith, he would continue to work in the video game industry, and we will be hearing from him in the future. That will do it for the story of Manic Miner for now. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we try to break free.